Good morning, everyone. There's a great quote that says, anything that you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. In this week's parsha, the opening verses relay how Hashem promises Moshe, I'll take the Jewish people to the land of Israel. I'll take them out of Egypt with great miracles, and the four expressions of redemption, I will take them out, I will redeem them, and I will bring them to the land of Israel. I will rescue them, and I will bring them to the land of Israel, are expressed in this week's Torah portion. And as a result of that, we have 4 cups of wine on the night of the Seder to commemorate the 4 promises. But then it says, and after I take you as my nation, vehevesi, I'll bring you to the land of Israel. And I'll give you the land of Israel as a morasha, as a heritage. And Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch points out something amazing. He says, there are 2 places in the entire Torah where the word morasha is found. One is regarding the land of Israel. I'll give you Israel as a morasha. And then when it comes to the Torah, we all know the verse, Torah tziva lanu Moshe, the Torah that Moshe gave us from Hashem. Morasha is a heritage for the congregation of Israel. Ask Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch why these 2 verses are the only ones that say it's a morasha. And he points out that it doesn't say it's a Yerusha, an inheritance. It says it's a heritage. What is the difference between an inheritance and a heritage? When you inherit something, let's say money or jewelry or whatever it is, you can do whatever you want with it. You could sell it, you could give it away, whatever you choose to do with it. You could spend the money. But a heritage, he says, is not an inheritance. It's like an heirloom that's passed down in the family. You know, your mother gave you a ring. She said your wife could use it. But one day when your daughter gets married, you have to give it to her. And then one day to her daughter. In other words, you could use it, you could enjoy it, you could have the full benefit. However, it's not yours to give away, to sell, to squander. You have to protect it, preserve it, maintain it, and make sure it's transmitted to the next generation. Says Rabbi Samson first, God gave us the Torah and Eretz Yisrael, but he said it's a morasha, it's a heritage. You have a responsibility to make sure you have the Torah in the land of Israel and pass it on to the next generation. And the miracle is that here we are, 3,500 years later, and we have successfully maintained it. This heirloom, whether it's the Torah or the land of Israel, continues to be transmitted from generation to generation, like the instructions were given. It's a morasha. We have to preserve it and maintain it. But Rabbi Lau, the chief rabbi of Israel, has an interesting question. He says the morasha of Torah is uninterrupted. Right? From the time the Torah was given 33 centuries ago, there's never been a generation without the Torah. However, Israel, unfortunately, there were many centuries that we were not in Israel. 2,000 years. So both of them were a morasha. Why is that the Torah was constantly maintained as opposed to the land of Israel? And he says something interesting. He says, look at what happened when Hashem gave the Torah to the Jewish people. You know what they said? Na'aseh v'nishma. We'll take it unconditionally, no question. We accepted it with love, with joy. Because we accepted it with joy and love, we said Na'aseh v'nishma. It was never taken away from us. We've had it continuously. When it came to the land of Israel, God said, go to the land of Israel. The spies came back. They said, we don't want to go. They're too strong. We're going to be defeated. They cried. It became Tisha B'Av, right? So because we didn't accept it with joy, we took it reluctantly, without love. Therefore, so to speak, the land of Israel was insulted. It was hurt. And the relationship has never been fully repaired between us. And even in our generation, we're still fighting to maintain our rights in the land of Israel. And it all starts, says Rabbi Lau, from the fact that when it was offered to us, we didn't accept it the way we accepted the Torah with the words Na'aseh v'nishma. And the lesson is obviously that everything in life is attitude. If you approach something with a good, happy, positive attitude, things work out well. But if you approach it with this negative, pessimistic attitude, then unfortunately it has repercussions that could be felt 3,000 years later. And in the secular world, people are going into a new year, and people like to make resolutions. It's a good resolution. Have a positive attitude. If you have a positive attitude, everything works out well, usually. And I had a Rebbe in yeshiva. His name was Rabbi Shvei. He's today he used to be my Rebbe in 11th grade. Today he became the rabbi of the whole community in Crown Heights. He is the posek, the leading rabbi, one of 3 leading rabbis in the community. He was born in Leningrad. And his father died when he was young, when he was a little boy. And his mother didn't have enough food for the family, and a family member was moving to Tashkent, where there was more food, I guess. and they agreed to take him and his brother to Tashkent, and she would try to come later when she could arrange things. So she tells her little 9-year-old boy, his name is Yankel Shvei, Rabbi Yankel Shvei. Yankel will listen, he's 9 years old. You're going to go with this family to Tashkent, and mommy's going to arrange things, and soon mommy's going to come. He didn't have a father in him. Mommy's going to come and join you in Tashkent when I'm able to make the trip and I could take care of things and get a visa, whatever. So Yankel cries, he goes off with this family. There was a train that would come in from Leningrad somehow to Tashkent every day at a certain time. Yankel would go every day to the train station to wait to see if his mother's coming off the train. A year and a half later, he's standing at the platform, and every day he would do this. And he was waiting, and the train arrives, the door's open, he's looking, his mother comes off the train. He goes running to his mother, Mommy, he starts crying, his mother's crying. His mother says, Yankel, how did you know to come today to the train station? And he looked at his mom, he says, Mom, it's gesagt was kommen. You told me you're going to come. So I came every day because you told me you were going to come. When you have that faith, when you have that belief in something that it's going to happen, and you don't give up on your faith and your belief, and you have the right attitude and the right approach, then eventually it actually occurs.